Hi, Monday morning, vlog number 2. I apologise before I start, I've got quite a sore chest, so my voice is a bit croaky. So, update for my last week, which is basically that the week has been great. But before I go any further, what I'd like to make clear is what's been great is how I've got through the week. My week has been no better than usual, in that the kids have still been naughty on occasions. I'm still tired. Rob's still working really long hours, and this week's been a particularly bad week for that, so we've not actually seen each other that much or had a chance to have a proper catch-up. All the things that make life busy and difficult have still been there, but what has been great has been how I've got through it, and that has just been, that's really opened my eyes to how much better life can be. You know, that we don't have to be dragged down by the difficulties. Not that the difficulties don't have to be there, because often they are, but that we can manage them so much better. And the best thing, the absolute bestest thing about this week, and this is going to make me sound like I've been a really bad mum in the past, but anyway, I'll still share, is that I've fallen in love with my kids so much more than I think I ever have done before. And it's not that I don't love my kids, I do. I think the absolute world of them. But it's like my general day-to-day impatience and short-temperedness and bad-temperedness and just general irritation. I'm making myself sound like a not very nice person, but that happens a lot at home. I think it's just kind of been meaning that I've not been looking at them properly, not actually really staring at them and seeing them for who they are and what they have to offer. And also, and this, I'm surprised by this because I think I have quite good insight normally. Like if I'm chatting to a friend, I think I'm quite good at empathising and really trying to understand what they're going through. But I've realised that I've not been doing that much with the kids. And it's like this week I've just suddenly really had insight into life from their perspective, what they think, how they think, the things that are happening to them. And it's like I've had a veil over my face. And I've been seeing them, but I've not been seeing the details. And this week I've seen those details. And I've just really loved it. It's just been so lovely, and it's been really quite emotional as well because I feel sad that I've missed stuff, and all because of the stuff that comes out of my mouth. And I don't think it's just that the stuff that comes out of my mouth does that. It's just that putting yourself in that situation and letting yourself get antsy and grumpy and all those kind of things is what then creates that. So it's just been, and I'm not saying that I've been the perfect mum this week. I'm definitely not the perfect mum. But when I've found myself struggling or they're being difficult and I've got, a bit stressed, I've just really managed to take a step back, managed to take a deep breath in, and as a deep breath out, and I just say on my deep breath out, please help me, God. And in that moment, things do change. I calm, the situation calms, and I handle it differently. And that's just been really, really powerful. And the reason I guess this all happened was because I did what I said I was going to do. Yes. I went away and I read my Bible. And I also Googled all the verses on, not saying bad things, basically. And I just was astounded by how many there are. I eventually gave up counting. I didn't even manage to read them all. There are that many. It is such a clear message from the Bible that we should be watching what we're saying. And it's not just watching what you say, it's watching how you say stuff. And one of the verses is actually, I must mind my ways, lest I sin with my tongue. So actually watching what we do, because when we do stuff that goes wrong, bad stuff comes out. And I'd never even thought about that. So what I did was I got my diary, which says on the front of it, the Alice in Wonderland quote, was I the same when I got up this morning? And I just love that. I literally every day I look at that, I really do look at this and I say, I hope not. I really hope that I'm not the same person at the end of the day as when I woke up this morning. Because my desire at the moment is to know God better, but also to have God change me and God make me better, make me closer to him, make me get rid of all the bad stuff and the bad habits that I have, and become something new. And so that for me is really important. Moleskin diary, if anyone wants to know. But what I've done is I have gone away and I've got my diary on one side, and on the other side I've got a blank page, and I've been writing the verse down, and I've drawn a little picture with it. And I've done that every week for the whole of Lent. I've picked one of those verses, the ones that I felt were most powerful for me. And actually, I think the ones that, let me find it, the best ones for me were, I've actually saved them up for the end of Lent. Oh, no, I can't find them. So, one is from James. It says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. And that for me is, like, that's everything that I need to do. That's just like turning my life on its head, really following that verse. And then the second one is also from James, and it says, no human being can tame the tongue. And that was a really big part of this week, because after I did my vlog and I felt all high and lots of you had watched it and that was great, I then suddenly had this panic of, what if I can't keep this up? Like, what if I can't be this person that gets on a vlog and says, I'm doing really well with God and thumbs up and encouraging you? What if that just drains away? And in the same moment, I thought, it's okay, because I'm not doing it. God's doing it. As long as I keep coming to him every day and saying, please help me today, he'll do the rest. So that verse was really good for me, in that knowing that it's not me that's doing it, it's God that's doing it. So that was really important. And it made the rest of the week easier, actually, because it just took any pressure off me feeling a burden that that I've got to try and do this. All I've got to do is say help. And that is refreshing. So I'm afraid this vlog's a bit longer than last time. But today, all I would like to encourage you is to say, if you're in any way in a similar situation, with a different thing maybe, but I just would say help. Say, help me, God, today. And I think you will really, really see a difference. I will see you next week.